Vicky, how are you? Welcome to Happy People News.
I'm fine. It's a wonderful day in Johannesburg, nice and cool.
Yeah.
The rain is cooling everything.
Yeah.
I hope you're well as well, Portia.
I'm very well. It's pouring out here, cats and dogs. Yeah, but it's a great day. So tell me about yourself, Sis Vicky. I mean, I've known you for since I was a little girl back in Cape Town, Eguxi, and I know you were involved in some art initiative back in the days, and now acting.
Yes. Well, I started off working for social services,
Right.
which was Ikapa Town Council,
Right.
where I was responsible for the community centers. In the olden days, the government had community centers, and at the community centers, they tried to introduce people to drama, to get the kids out of the streets. Because I was a beneficiary of that, I learned ballet there, I learned my drama classes there, I did music there. I was before the Girl Guides came in, we were recruited to be female scouts. For me, it was fantastic when they had an opening when I finished my matric and went to university and didn't stay for the drama, to study drama. I became more interested in volunteering. So when I started volunteering for Ikapa Town Council, I was then given the job as the administrator for social services, headed by Mrs. Kunta at the time. And you know, Mem Kunta was a very intelligent woman. And she nurtured us. She advised us all to go back to school and study. So we all, while we were working, we were studying. But my job was fantastic. My job was getting up in the morning, doing a little bit of admin work, and go and teach kids how to dance, how to sing, how to use the performing arts to get them out of the roads. And that was a fantastic time for me.
So from Eguxi, Ekapa to now City of Gold, why the move?
From Eguxi, I was then asked by the Nico Malan Theatre, who was headed by Gey Korsten at the time. He was my boss for 6 months. I was recruited there as the first Black audience development manager. They wanted the Black people of the Western Cape to embrace the Nico Malan Theatre. Remember, the Nico Malan Theatre was only for white people.
I remember.
And then the Blacks in the Western Cape were so angry when they opened up that they thought, okay, it was only for you guys, so we're not going to come and support you people. So I was employed like the PR to go out and sell the arts to people of color.
Amazing.
Which I did in the colored community, in the Indian community, and in the Black community. I took the whole orchestra to Kailicha at the time. And I remember the first day I took them there, most of them, 90% of them were foreigners. They were from France, Italy, and all these other places. And they were scared they were going to die because they've never been to a township. And then to make them feel good, I mobilized the police station of Guguletu and asked them to escort us and just spend the day with us. And it was a lovely day. We had 3 high schools and 4 primary schools who came to listen to the orchestra, and they enjoyed themselves. By the time we had to go, they didn't want to leave. And when I told them, no, but it's dangerous, remember? It's very dangerous. You can't be here. They laughed at me, you know. Yes.
Amazing.
So,
would you say, Sis Vicky, your decision to pursue the arts, would you say maybe your uncle Gibson Kente also inspired that decision?
I think Bragib really inspired me. He inspired me. I think what I took from me was the choreography, because I became one of the best choreographers in the Western Cape at the time. I think the first person that was taken at the ballet school in UCT was one of my students. Dini, who is now Shemaine, she's an actress. She performed in Umoja here in Johannesburg. She was also part of one of my students as a choreographer. I was so taken aback by this man who hasn't been to a formal choreography school, but his plays were so full of music and dance, and that really inspired me. I remember when he came down to Cape Town with Mama and the Load, and we were asked to stand at the door and collect the money. And my cousins were very angry with me because instead of collecting the money and do the admin that we were asked to do, I was looking at Mamumeri Twala singing on stage. I was looking at Bongeni Ngema playing his guitar and singing and talking, and it really inspired me that I knew I had to become involved in the performing arts. But what was wonderful for me is that I was more interested as well as not just being on stage, also in being a producer. I'm an award-winning producer in South Africa. I've produced for SABC. I've produced, I and my partner, Bobby Heaney, we launched the Mzansi Magic, what you guys watch today. Our productions were the first productions on Mzansi Magic in 2010, the June of 2010, we were launching. We launched with our productions. The Reedy Show that you guys have seen, Laugh Out Loud that you guys have seen, and on SABC, quite a few different other productions. So the reason why I'm telling you all this, not to show the many facets of Vicky Kente, is to encourage young people to say that you don't just have to be on stage. You can be an actress, you can be a stage manager. There's such a lot of stage managing jobs that I've done in Cape Town for the Nico Malan Theatre and the Baxter Theatre. So you don't just have to be on stage. I see a lot of young people fighting to be on stage, as if it's the only thing that you can do. There's a lot of other things that you can specialize in.
Thank you for that. And brothers, is Vicky, now currently you're acting in a few soapies and you're also doing business. You want to maybe tell us about those?
Yes, as you know, my mother was a so-called colored, so Afrikaans is my mother tongue, and I spoke Afrikaans to my mom and Xhosa to my father. So I have always been performing in Afrikaans.
All right.
And at the moment, I'm doing a soapie called Getroud met Rugby, which is an Afrikaans soapie on CakeNet. I've also, in December last year and November, we shot a second series of Afrikaans program called Project Dina. Project Dina deals with, I think it's going to be on also on CakeNet. It deals with children that are being abducted, mostly in the Western Cape. And I'm playing a captain of a police institution, almost like a female Becky Kele.
Sounds exciting. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then the business, you are involved. So you are involved in there's a new venture that you're starting Homeway, right? What is it called? Edwin.
Yes. So I 2 years ago I started a brand called Endwini, which means in the house, because of the fact that I've been playing these characters of people that are either helping people in the house, which means domestic workers, or they are house managers, as they call them these days, but these days. But that made me think that there's such a lot of things that are in the house that you as a human being can sell. So Endwini is a brand that will sell everything in the house. I've made alliances with two of the best textiles companies in South Africa, Aranda Blankets and Cecily. And also one in Kenya that I'm talking to at the moment, where we will sell blankets, we will sell cups, we will source the cups from all over South Africa. We will source everything that you find in a house. If I get something beautiful and strange from Ghana, when I say strange, I don't mean badly strange, I mean something that you haven't seen before, that is what we will sell. We are trying, my lawyer and I, my brand lawyer and I, Galgat and Galgat, we're busy trying to introduce it to an online group of people, so that I don't have to worry about it, so that I know we just distribute and it gets sold by itself. So the launch, we have already launched it, but the bigger launch will be later this year in August.
Oh, I can't wait to see. It sounds exciting. And I think last question, because you've covered most of the questions that I wanted to ask you. What would you say makes Vicky Kente happy? Because we are Happy People News.
Yes, yes. What makes me happy is doing community work with people. With my church, I want to encourage people people that are coming from rural areas like myself. There's a primary school in my area that was built by my grandfather many years ago, called Kente Primary School in Utlendani. I make sure that I participate and contribute whatever little bit I can contribute every year. I'm also part of the Women's Auxiliary, which is the Methodist Church Women's Auxiliary Group. We knit blankets and we send to the ladies that knit for the Mandela Day, and we participate in that. We have a church in Orange Farm, and the community of that church in Orange Farm, we take clothes for them, we take food for them, we provide school fees and certain things for them. And this is not because we are from the auxiliary women's movement. It is not from our Methodist church. We have to raise that money. So we bake cakes, and we do events to raise that money. We take out of our own pockets and try and do something for our community. I'm very impressed with Gift of the Givers. We also try and send things there, but I see he has gone beyond the call of duty. Duty is no longer just giving out food. He's now giving blankets. He's giving out mattresses where people's houses are being burnt out. So I want young people to stop showing us their Ferraris on Instagram. We love the Ferraris. We are happy for them. God bless their prosperity. But we also want them to go out there and do something. And when they go out there and do something, they don't have to take the cameras with them, because God can see what we are doing. We don't have to advertise everything we're doing, for our people out there. Remember, our people out there, they also need their dignity. I don't have to bring the cameras with me when I'm bringing you up a pair of, a little dress or some pads or what, and now show the camera that I've given Portia some pads today. Let's keep the dignity of our people. Let's go out there and do the best that we can with the little bit that we have. God will bless you wherever you are.
Oh, wow.
And I also thank you for hanging in there, building up this business from nothing. I know how many years you've been building up Happy People. Thank you for trying your best to make people happy. I know there's a lot of projects that have stolen your ideas and implement them. Know that whatever God has put in your mind and in your heart, nobody can steal. They will make a replica and something similar to what you have done, but you will make the original one.
Oh, wow. Thank you. You've just made my morning. You just made me happy with those encouraging words. And I believe you're going to make many, many other people happy with your inspiring words. Thank you so much for your time, Sis Vicky. And have a lovely Wednesday and week ahead.
Thank you so much. God bless.
God bless.